In today's fast paced and ever consuming world, staying healthy and taking care of ourselves has become more important and challenging than ever. With so many options and opinions when it comes to human health and wellness, it can be challenging to know where to start. We will explore what a healthy lifestyle should look like, the impact of our diets on our bodies, and explore ways in which we can improve our diets. Join us on this conversation with our three health and wellness expertise. We have our nutrition specialist, our culinary specialist, and a agricultural specialist.
My name is Trisha Brand Lewis. I am one of the assistant nutritionists at the Center and Health Department as a part of Northeast Regional Health Authority, and I've been working in the system for 15 years.
My name is Steve Sover. I'm an executive chef. I'm retired at the moment. I'm doing some consultancy work, but I've been an executive chef for more than 35 years, the last 28 years in Jamaica.
My name is Kurt LeBron and I am a farmer.
When we think of living a long, fulfilling life, what comes to mind? Is it living a long lasting, healthy life? Or is it living in the moment and enjoying life one step at a time? Well, whatever comes to mind, the experts all have one thing in common to say: practicing a healthy lifestyle is important to living a long life. The question still remains though, what is a healthy lifestyle? Well, we asked a few persons and this is what they have to say.
A definition of a healthy lifestyle is eating a balanced diet, exercising at least 5 times per week.
My definition of a healthy lifestyle, I think you would say it's relative. I believe it is being able to work and enjoy all the nice things that life has to offer, getting your 8 hours sleep, being able to go out and get some sunlight in natural vitamin C, go to the gym.
Eating healthy, getting good hours of sleep, and balancing your work and relationship life, and trying to fit in good healthy habits, because I think we oftentimes neglect it in different ways. Most of us don't exercise as much. We live quite sedentary lives, sitting in an office or a classroom, and the only time we get to move up and down is walking from place to place. It's never really intentional.
While they may be onto something, let's hear what the professionals have to say.
Jamaica has 8 food-based dietary guidelines. So of course we're going to encourage that you have foods from the 6 food groups that we promote. Or staples, or food from animals, or fruits, or vegetables, or legumes, and fats, which we should use sparingly. And fats would take in your oil and your ackee and your avocado pear and your coconut. All of those would come under the fats. So you want to ensure that your meals are balanced every day. So a little from each food group with your 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Or if you're going to have smaller portions, you can include a snack or 2. You also want to include, like I said, more vegetables, more fruits, because of the fiber content. And the fiber, the roughage that are in those foods, will help to get rid of the extra sugar, get rid of the extra fat that may be in the bloodstream for you. Then you also want to stay hydrated. Of course, we're going to recommend your 8 glasses of water every day as best as you can. But of course, we're not going to encourage syrup or tang or any of those kind of juices. Water is always the best, and coconut water is just as good. Sleep, of course, for adults we recommend 6 to 8 hours per day. And we know the benefits of getting enough rest. When we are not resting, when we get tired easily, we get frustrated easily, we're not able to focus, and then of course our body becomes so drained that it's counterproductive. So we need to ensure that you get your adequate rest, you get your sleep, your exercise is also important. We cannot leave out exercise as one of the guidelines. And of course, we're going to recommend a minimum of 30 minutes at least 3 days out of the week. If it is that you need to lose some weight, we recommend an hour or more of exercise. But of course, you have to look at exercises that are tolerable for you. And if it is that you have other chronic diseases, heart diseases, we recommend you speak to your doctor first in terms of the exercises, but we do recommend exercise.
Now that we know what a healthy lifestyle should look like, our goal now is to zero in on the importance of our diet to our health.
Well, really, before I became a chef, nutrition wasn't that important to me because I didn't know that much about it. It's when I became a chef, or when I was training and at college, at culinary school, that's when I learned about nutrition and I learned about food and how important it is to be a diet.
Nutrition really has to do with how the body utilizes the food that we eat, because you know that the foods that we eat should nourish our bodies. So in order for our bodies to benefit, we have to look at the foods that we eat that will benefit.
Well, when you're a chef, you are constantly thinking about when you're designing menus and writing recipes and trying different dishes, you're constantly looking for the balance of different food groups and different nutritional values to make a rounded meal.
The food we eat should nutrify us, but in some cases, it does more harm than good.
Yes, there are some diseases that are diet related. You can review the non-communicable diseases that we have. So the obesity, which all the other chronic diseases really stem from obesity. The diabetes, the high cholesterols, the high blood pressures, all of those do stem from our diets. Because if we can prevent by what we eat, then of course you'll see lesser numbers, the statistics being less.
According to data published in the Jamaica Health and Lifestyle Survey for 2016-2017, 1 in 3 Jamaicans are hypertensive.
We find in Jamaica that Jamaicans love food, but their portions are grand. So, of course, when you're going to have a plate that is full of staples or what they call starchy foods, the ground provisions, the rice, you'll realize that after the body uses the excess sugar, goes and stores as fat, and that contributes to obesity. So you really have to look at reducing the staples. You still need some carbohydrates, because remember that's where the brain and the muscles get your energy from. But you want to include more vegetables on the plate. By right, half of our plate should be filled with vegetables and the other half divided between your proteins and your staples. But as Jamaicans, we do the opposite. We put a whole heap of rice and peas and 2 pieces of fried chicken and a 2 pieces of vegetable. We need to reverse that so we can have better looking plates that are still colorful. Fast foods, of course, are on the rise. The consumption of fast foods, again, are high in fat, sugar, and salt. And for us to reduce the non-communicable diseases, we need to reduce the intake of these. The sodas that are high in sugar, of course, and the other sweetened beverages. The fried foods, as we mentioned. So if you're going to go to Burger King, order a grilled sandwich instead of or even KFC may have. KFC has salads. KFC has sandwiches, right? So we can choose a salad instead of the fried chicken. So we need to look at options. What's available to us as Jamaicans, that's the first thing as well too. We have to look at what is available to them. Then again, the fast foods tend to be readily available, we find, and sometimes a little cheaper. But then you have to ask yourself as well, people now go, where would you prefer to spend the money? On the foods that are going to cause harm and doctor bills, or you want to spend the money on the foods that are going to nourish your body and you get to save. Right? So we need to have that mindset in terms of the little money that we're making. where do we want to spend it as it relates to our nutritional status, as it relates to our healthy lifestyle. Because if we can reduce the intake of these foods that are high in salt, sugar, and fat, then we have started the journey to a healthy lifestyle, which is very important. If we don't adjust our consumption, what we are having currently, we are going to see a significant increase in the chronic diseases that we have. We're going to find an increase in cancers. We're going to find an increase in diabetes, renal, kidney diseases, liver diseases, all those chronic diseases. We're going to find an increase if we don't do something about it as an individual and as a nation.
As our nutritionist said, fast food can be relatively cheaper than healthy food. But is that always the reality?
Nutritional food can be cheap. There's lots of cheap food and fresh, natural foods in Jamaica that are very reasonable. And so I definitely would say that good nutritional food is not necessarily expensive. So yes, meals for breakfast. And in Jamaica, we love to eat porridge. It's very good for you, oatmeal or using fresh plantain, fresh peanuts, making porridge. And obviously, nice fresh fruits. We have amazing fresh fruits in Jamaica all year round, different seasons. So certainly good quality, nice fresh variety of local fruits. For lunchtime, I would suggest that really you want to be having a lighter meal at lunchtime. So you could have a salad, and chicken or fish, is very nutritious and not necessarily expensive. And cooking it simply is usually the best way. Not over elaborating, not too much thick sauces or starchy foods with it. So a salad, I think, for lunch, either with poached or steamed fish, lots of fresh vegetables and fresh fruits again. And for dinner, then maybe you're going for a slightly heavier dish, and you can have some rice as a starch, or sweet potatoes, very healthy, very nutritious. And again, chicken, pork, as long as it's not too much fat, it's very healthy and very nutritious for you.
There are a few things that us, as Jamaicans, can do to lessen our chances of being the one in three.
Obviously, salt and pepper. Salt and black pepper or white pepper is a internationally basic seasoning, right? Now, us Jamaicans, we love to have our food well seasoned and spicy and that, but use fresh things instead. Scallion, thyme, Scotch bonnet pepper, and spices, but not the mixed ones, because those powdered seasonings like chicken seasoning and fish seasoning, they've got a lot of other ingredients, anticoagulants and MSG and those kind of things, which is not really good for you. So individual spices and fresh spices.
Another solution that has been around since the beginning of time is farming. If you want to eat healthy but cannot afford to eat healthy, the simple solution: having a backyard garden. We got a farmer to give us some tips and recommendation for first time farmers.
Most of the vegetables can be grown in backyard. It doesn't have to be in large quantities. You can just have a little, a few seed. Example, even your callaloo can be grown by you, your pop chai can be grown by you, a little lettuce can be grown by you. It's simple. It doesn't require fertilizer also. So a bit of organic manure can actually bring those crops to perfection. So eating healthy, everything is hard. However, if you want to do something for yourself, you can do it in your backyard, in your own space. So I can save a lot of money. Once you have a hoe and a machete, and you need a file where you can sharpen your tools, that's just the start. Your hoe will be used to plow the area and your machete also can be used. To start it with those 3 tools, you'll be good. For beginners, the plants that you'll need, which is very affordable, would be like the pak chai, the callaloo, lettuce, okra. Those are simple crops that require just a little funding.
As we come to the end of this documentary, let us reflect on what we've learned about living a healthy lifestyle and consuming a balanced and healthy diet. As individuals and as a nation, we have a duty to not only take care of ourselves, but others around us. Let us commit to living a healthy lifestyle and encouraging those around us to do the same.